New South Wales Country Cockatoos. And their opponents, the ACT and Southern New South Wales Griffins.
So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here and it's at the big show. The winner of the Australian Rugby Shield will be crowned at the end of 80 minutes, this time 2:40.5, which was wonderful news. And if there is a draw at the end of this one, there will be extra time. So New South Wales Country Cockatoos wearing the gold, we'll call it old gold, kind of like Wolverhampton Wanderers. Now I'm going to refer to them as the Griffins, because the ACT South New South Wales Griffins, every single time they get the ball, could become quite tiresome, so we're going to refer to them as the Griffins. We're also joined in commentary, I think from New South Wales Country Cockatoos, Danielle?
Danielle, correct.
Danielle, what's your surname, Danielle?
Yeah. What was that, sorry?
Surname?
Oh, Buttsworth.
Buttsworth.
I got the nickname Butsy, though, if you want to call me that.
Oh, well, there you go. Surprise! I don't know where they got Butsy from. But welcome, Danielle.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So the Cockatoos will be attacking the left of your screen. The Griffins will be attacking the right of your screen. Wobbly old kick, and it's taken early by Douglas. Douglas will look to try and find a way through. And again, we will talk about how we expect this game to go. 1 versus 1, you would expect it to be a close contest, but it does come with a but. Peruch will fire into the defensive line of the Griffins. Nice little line and break from Damon, trying to find a way through. Van Gupo. Van Gupo to Damon again, and into midfield we'll find Schwenke, who's hit hard, bringing groans from the crowd.
Just manages to stay out of touch there.
Coming back.
Country. The girls though, so like myself and that, we play like Jack Scott Cup, so we'll play in the Sydney comp, even though we're country.
So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know whether it is apologies that you couldn't hear me for as long as you couldn't hear me. You either enjoyed it or you didn't. So. Oh, haven't really missed much, but I tell you, there's been some contact. A little bit of a high one. I was talking very, very briefly, and I think what we're likely to see is, with this being a final, I think we are likely to see a lot more cagey play and staying level and staying a lot closer.
Yeah, look, we're 5 minutes in now, Dave, and I think, you know, the ball, it's been sort of played in the middle of the park.
But what's really interesting is in the early stages of the game, while the adrenaline's up, the hits are hard, and one team will drop off quicker than the other. You think, well, the country Cockatoos are away again. Damon into midfield and find a way through with Michael trying to get up to halfway. Does get to halfway. Penalty again. It goes to show, as we step up into the levels, the breakdowns have got to be clean and they've got to be right.
But again, it's what we've been talking about all day, Dave. It's the isolation, you know. They're running into contact without support, and all of a sudden we've got turnover. But a very interesting matchup so far. It's you know, hard to call it at the moment.
It's only 6 minutes gone, and again, just it's a testament to these two teams and how hard the competition is, that it feels like we've been going a lot longer than 6 minutes.
That's right.
Lovely little line-out move, and the Griffins are over the line and they're in, and they'll take first blood in this final.
So obviously both teams unbeaten in the competition to make grand final. The Griffins beating the Black Falcons 52-12 in the first round. Just getting up over Perth Gold 10-6 in the second round. 26-18 win over the Axemen, who we saw in Game 2 this morning, and obviously playing New South Wales Cockatoos today. Cockatoos obviously also unbeaten, beating Tasmania 55-10 in the first round, beating the Outback Barbarians 25-14 second round, and then beating the Healers 26-13 to make the final today.
That was a big one. I might bring Danielle in on this one, though. So that Queensland country, New South Wales country thing, is that the biggest rivalry in this competition, do you think? Or is this one going to start to grow, this New South Wales, Southern New South Wales ACT rivalry? Or is it always going to be Queensland country?
Yeah, I think, to be honest, the boys going into that game against Queensland, that meant a lot more to them than what I've seen in terms of their preparation for this game. But I think, you know, at the end of the day, they want to hold that shield above their heads. So I think this game probably will you know, mean a lot to them. But as the competition grows and the boys, you know, get amongst the game a bit more, I think this competition between ACT and New South Wales country, because ACT is encapsulated in terms of New South Wales country, it will grow into something, yeah, a bit more special, I think. Yeah.
Good clearance again, but obviously that whole state of origin, New South Wales, Queensland, that's never going to go away.
Yeah, no, yeah, we call it the equivalent of state of origin,
yeah.
And yeah, everyone in New South Wales, yeah, it's definitely something that we look forward to watching, that's for sure.
Is there any Queenslander shouts when you're out there in the plane?
No
Queenslander shouts? Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
So the Griffins again will tidy up that slightly scrappy set piece, then look into midfield. And they will come this near side. Bundy. Strong run. Douch will send into midfield. Counter ruck is good from Fangupo. And a turnover. Now they got to work hard. Fangupo again. Actually work in their favour, that missed pass. Fangupo again will then find Damon again. Damon drops it off inside. Ryan. It's onto this side again.
Oh, good offload in contact.
Did very, very well to stay in field as well. Has to release that.
Good steal by the Griffins.
Excellent
there.
steal. Now they're going to look on that far side into midfield. Mooney.
Men outside here.
I've got it to get out there, and he's just come back in and look for relative safety, and again, line speed and a good dominant tackle will force the Griffins backwards. They are still going to come up with it though. Missed pass into midfield. Evenden will step in and go halfback. Lovely step on the outside from Tova, then look for support inside. And they manage to find it. And the Griffins will go 2 in front. The second try of the day.
So Griffins stamping their authority in the first 10 minutes there with some great play down the touchline and some interpassing. 10-0 with the kick to come.
And it's really interesting, you know, once you get to this level, it's small things that are going to punish you. They look very, very even as a side, and the 2 tries have just come from just moments or a missed tackle or nothing major.
So what's the preparation been, Danielle, for the Cockatoos? Where have they got together to do the training and that sort of thing?
Well, we're staying in North Adelaide, so there's just a small park down the road that we just walk to and do their captain's run of a morning and that kind of thing. But this morning it was pretty chilled. I got up early and had a good brekkie and just had some downtime to, you know, go through their usual routine.
And a day off yesterday to have some recovery as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of the boys got on the scooters.
Oh, really?
got around Adelaide and did that.
Hey, there's no better way to see Adelaide than the scooters.
I love it. It's great. It's such a good idea. But no, they just kept it pretty simple and just stick to their routine, their usual.
Oh.
Good offload.
Right off the boundary fence. Came T2ET. The halfback is Matt. Douch was met very strongly and driven backwards, and there are moments like this where New South Wales country, there's another talk. Love seeing the talk back.
I don't know, Lockie will get that one.
Kicks its way into the 22. They will decide to run from here. Oh, and again the contact. The contact has been huge throughout today. And early on in this one, it's been big. It'll be interesting to see whether it continues, because there'll be some sore bodies out there. Great little step. And this is what the Griffins have been able to do. Tovo again, absolutely tearing it up inside the 22. Now they've got numbers on this near side. Queensland country, New South Wales country. The Cockatoos are scrambling. The kick just too hard, too strong. Come back for a penalty. And there has been moments like that. See dominance at the breakdown from the Cockatoos and huge dominant tackle and driving it back 15 metres, and then all of a sudden we're in the 22. Absolutely. You cannot sleep at all with this Griffins back 3.
Yeah, the line speed off the back there, the ball carries have just been phenomenal.
And now we see it is our first kick for goal for the day.
Oh, here you go.
Our first penalty kick for goal for the day.
As we were saying earlier, Danielle,
so
we haven't seen a penalty kick in all 3 games.
Right. Okay. We had a few yesterday in our game.
Yeah,
against Vic. Yeah, it was good.
So taking the 3-pointer to attempt to push it out to 15-0. And in off, as they call it. 14 minutes gone, 15 to the Griffins. The Cockatoos still yet to score.
Wouldn't that be 18 now? It's either 13, anyway. I don't know, I'm miles away.
2 tries conversion.
Just the 1 conversion, like that. Good contestable restart again, and contested it is.
Good kick into space.
Evenden will find the wind doesn't seem as strong as it was. It also seems to start to be swinging around as we speak, so it's going directly into the camera. And another scrum.
So the 50-50s just seem to be going Griffins' way at the moment. The Griffins bench walk down in front of us. Some youngsters in there, but all off to warm up.
I'm a big fan of their socks, and it looks like it's some sort of indigenous design on there. So I'd like to know the history behind that.
So scrum to the Griffins just inside the Cockatoos half. Good scrum, steady. Picked by 8 to 9. Wrap round by 8, and the ball just keeps moving. It's very slow.
Now chin to midfield again. Short ball left it behind. Now the Cockatoos can do something with the loose ball. Nice little offload. Fangupo, and again down onto this near side. That is
looking for contact.
Oh, there is an absolute huge contact. Like you say, it is, and he's slow to get up. Just try and keep an eye on him in the background.
I'll tell you what, sitting with these boys at breakfast this morning, I've never seen so much food eaten. It's unbelievable. I just said to the lady she'd have to go get more bread because I just kept eating. I understand why now.
Absolutely. Getting the carbs up for this afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
Now that is carried back in. He can't go direct into touch. He hasn't, but it's taken an ACT bounce. Oh! I tell you, no, we seem to be playing on. I'm not suggesting it was late, but I didn't see many arms in that one. Fangupo again. Now they will look into midfield. Almost nominally a player down, the Griffins at the moment. Damon again will just hoist it, and it's contestable. It's not gone very far. It is going to be a Cockatoos ball. Just trying to find some room on the outside. Just a hopeful offload inside. Better offload. Damon now eases through the gears. Has to hold feet. Get his support. Fangupo is there. Now the Griffins are scrambling. Cockatoos have to go hard and fast now. Fangupo again. McInnes.
Oh, unlucky.
Nash at the half. And does very, very well to go back and get it. Desperation from the big fullback. Fangupo again. We'll send it out to Peruch, who's very, very isolated. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's been found. I think he's going to do well to stay with us.
Yeah, they're going
was
for
it
a
the
chat.
number 12, was it? I think it's Quinlan.
Just a penalty. We're going to go for the corner here. And retrieve from the set piece will be the plan.
So around 10 metres out will be a Cockatoos ball.
First real opportunity for the Cockatoos to put some pressure on the Griffins line.
Do need to start that scoreboard moving somewhat. Interesting variation on the driving maul. Fangupo will get his impressive head of hair in there as well. Momentum has been stopped down. It's been stolen by the Griffins and it's been charged down, so everyone's on side.
Great pass from the fight.
Lots of room out there, but not many numbers. Good offload. Great offload.
There's man out.
Sinotti trying to find a way through, and now they do find a way, and now on the outside.
New South Wales working through the pressure there to push it out wide and find the gap to get themselves back into the game on the scoreboard.
So I didn't quite get the number of the scorer.
Number 11, I think.
but good patient build-up, and it's the pressure on the charge down that has led to open field rugby, and you kind of feel at the moment, Danielle, that that's what the Cockatoos need a little bit of. They need a little bit of broken field rugby. They seem to be, when it's coming to the structured rugby, certainly the Griffins seem to have the upper hand.
Yeah, I think the speed on the edges is going to do it for the Cockatoos. If they can just get it wide early and, yeah, like you said, that broken play and use their speedsters, just to, you know, agility and that around the edges, they should find a few tries. But, yeah, that structure's just not working at the moment for them.
Certainly out of the two of them, the Griffins certainly seem the much more structured.
Yeah.
Or they're being much more successful in the structured rugby side of things. And both Chris and I, because obviously there's a South Australian link with the New South Wales country, and Troy Doughty, who's on the bench at the moment. And I don't think there's many, from what we've seen so far, I don't think there's many halfbacks who would displace Fangupo at the moment.
Oh gosh, no.
He's a halfback in a back rower's body, isn't he?
Yeah. Absolutely right. Yeah. Troy was playing off the 15 position earlier in the tournament, so I saw him play for Woodville and played well at 15 there.
And so there's a change early. Matthew Martin has come on.
Quite a slice off the side of the foot there, not making as much ground in the exit as he would like, but
Well, you're out. At the very least, you're out.
Griffins line out on about the 30-metre mark.
Another scrappy set piece.
Third pass.
And Gooper out the back to Damon. Damon hoists it high. Pressure comes. Well dealt with, and again, wobbly one just outside the 22, and Nash will now look to run it back. We'll find Damon.
He's blowing over the top of that one and not quite turning it over.
Here it is.
And they'll come out near side again.
There it is. Oh.
Offload will come off the back of the Griffins player, so we'll play on. Lua sends it in midfield, and then it's just dropped cold. I mean, even now you can just see the intensity of those hits. Even though we're up halfway through the first half, the intensity of those hits is just starting to drop off.
It's taking its toll. First scrum for a while, so it'll be interesting to see how they've matched up.
Keeley just getting some treatment. Down on one knee. See again, as we discussed in the last game, the amount of water. And you look at this, you look at today, and you think, well, it's overcast. It's not very hot. Why are they taking on as much water as they have? Welcome to South Australia.
Yeah. It's actually been a lot warmer here than I thought it would be.
Yeah, we've had a very cold and wet winter, and this weekend just gone has been probably one of the best couple of days for months, basically. So.
Yeah.
I think it's currently running at about 23 degrees today. Not that you probably feel it, but the cloud cover's keeping the heat in. Good scrum from Cockatoos. Steady set ball for the back line.
Damon was sending into midfield, a little switch between the centres. Tyre will work through, and Damon again.
Penalty there.
Penalty. Damon, who probably looks more experienced than he actually is due to the hair colour.
I'll tell you now, he's a silver fox, old Damon. Yeah, he's.
Well, what is he, like 27?
Yeah, he's only young.
Yeah,
he's younger than me, and he's got a fair few greys coming through, the poor bloke. But yeah, he's definitely one of the younger boys in the team.
Oh, I love it though. I mean, he looks like a 40-year-old running around out there.
Yeah, I thought he was one of the coaches when I first met him. And then I went, nah.
Replacement for the Griffins, number 17 coming on. I assume he's a front row player.
Oh, you know what they say about assumptions. Chantung he is. And I hope he goes into halfback. Driving maul again from the Cockatoos.
So they've got some good go forward here, the Cockatoos.
They thought about coming out Fangupo.
Yeah.
Fangupo at the back. They go over the line. They look for it. They get it. And they're going to bring it back.
Cockatoos really getting themselves back into this game now.
Conversion will bring them back to within 1 point. And they just seem to be settling into the structure a little bit now. A shaky first half to the first half.
So, Danielle, where would the Cockatoos be doing their training before they came to Adelaide for this tournament?
So we meet at the Waratahs headquarters at Daisyville in Sydney. Yeah, so we had a training camp there just towards the middle of August. And then from there it was just a lot of, I guess, extras being sent out via email that, you know, you're just supposed to do, keep up your fitness. Yeah, homework, know your plays and that kind of thing. Cool. Yeah, and then we didn't have the best prep coming in. We had a 12-hour flight delay and got in at about 2 a.m. on the Tuesday night, and then, straight into it on Wednesday. So, but a lot of the boys, like, you know, there's groups of players that play together a lot, and it was just finding those groups together.
Yeah, cool. So the guys who sort of live in country at New South Wales will have to travel into Sydney for that training camp to start with, and obviously into Sydney to get out. So.
Yeah.
What's the furthest that the players would have travelled if they're in country? Are they well in country, or?
Yeah. So we've got players from the Gold Coast border, and all the way down to places like Bathurst and Dubbo, Tamworth, that sort of thing. And then there's a handful of us from the coast as well. Yeah. So.
Excellent.
Long restart into Damon, the Silver Fox. Pushes it out to halfway.
So you started something now.
Yeah,
quick line up from the Griffins.
Fine, I reckon.
No, you've got a court later, yeah?
Yeah, that's tonight.
Doesn't quite make its way into touch, and Nash has to go and get it back. Fangupo will look for a little bit of space to be able to clear it, and anywhere is good enough at the moment. Around 13 minutes to go, 3 points. That penalty goal is the difference at the moment. Into midfield, Damon working both sides of the ball. Been very impressive in the first 30 minutes of this game.
Great.
Oh, great hands. And
slightly
again, just the pressure from the winger. That's too nicer. Meant that the pass didn't go to hand.
So unlike the first three finals today, this is a 40-minute half. And in the event of it being a draw at full time, there will be extra time played. But we're hoping for a win.
Yeah. New South Wales scrum just outside the 22. Inside winger Atunisa will work through. Just loses it forward. The Griffins again now will have broken field. Just look to try and find a little bit of territory. Can't quite get there.
Got some space.
Cockatoos can look to try and find to get out towards the 10-metre line. Cleans up his own breakdown. Inside ball. We'll find Hobbs. Fangupo at the back again. McInnes gets the offload away to Fangupo. Trying to find a runner to come off him. Nobody available.
Get there.
very, very slow ball and just allows the Griffins to disrupt slightly. High hoisted kick again.
Chasing his own ball. Good take by the Griffins 15. Running it out. Just inside their own half now.
Arm is out for the Griffins for a penalty. Oh, out the back and just missed him. Got it the second chance of asking. Penalty. Just wants to have a... Does he want to talk to... He's going to have a chat with his AR. Another high tackle. Griffin's probably happier just to move and just take the heat out of this one a little bit. The control that they had in that the opening 25 minutes has just dropped off somewhat.
It's really swung a little bit now in favour of the Cockatoos. Although Cockatoos now defending their own line, and Griffins with a line out about 15 metres out. So we're looking for good secure ball here. Full line out. Great take. And we got the drive on now. Splintered slightly down the left, coming back round the right. Cockatoo staying strong. And ball's out. Coming round the corner again. Great footwork from the 11.
Oh, just dragged into touch. I tell you, it's going to be a wonderful afternoon. I think watching these two wingers go at each other as well, Atu Naisa and Lua. I think at the moment Atu Naisa probably has just about the upper hand.
Still a Griffins line out. On about the 5 metre line now, Griffins line out.
Well, if they can get the driving maul going again like they did the last time, I think they'll be okay. Into 4, down it comes. Looks like New South Wales managed to sack it almost straight away, so they've managed to transfer it to the back. They are still going. Within the 5 metres. Over the line, can they come down? Can they get it down? Incredible defence from the Cockatoos at the moment. Managed to move it back into field of play. Short ball. Find Quinlan, and Quinlan gets over.
That's a try.
And the Griffins will fight back and strike back almost straight away. Good patient try from the Griffins.
Yeah, worked it well through the line out, got the ball down quickly, even though it was sacked. They managed to keep it upright and take it down the side. And then, as Dave says, patient round to the left and over 20 points to 12. 35 minutes gone, kick to come.
I hope that that's not all of. You know, there are times when you put all the effort in to get back to 3 points the difference, and then hopefully you've not burnt it all, and they can go again. So Day will kick to goal. and he's found the other post this time, but this time not the result that he wanted.
So the score remains at 20-12 in favour of Griffins. Cockatoos no doubt looking to try and put or close the gap before the half-time break, which is about 4 minutes away. It's very deep with the kick. And good knockdown.
Charge down. That is
Pressure
not
now.
a sight that anybody wants to see. Gives himself up. Evendon. That was very, very well. And then the clearance. Relatively impressive clearance given the pressure he was under.
Cockatoos in a great position here. 6-7 metres out from the try line. Their line out, full line out, so this time we're going to see a rolling drive from the Cockatoos. Gone to the back, but not
You
straight.
can see how far away he had to reach to get it, so you do all of the work to get into the good positions and then your set piece lets you down.
How much weight do you think's in this scrum, boys?
How much weight?
Probably about the same as Chris and I combined.
You've got to be up around, I don't know, 800-900 kilos perhaps.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, 800 kilos would be an average of 100 kilos per player. I think you're around that.
Unlike the Victorian scrum this morning, that was probably around 1,000.
Yeah, right.
I think that penalty. And I tell you what, the Griffins at this point have absolutely put a marker down and put a stamp down on that set piece. They own the set piece at the moment. Now they can clear their lines and be comfortable that they're going to get the set piece as well, and they've weathered a mini little storm. It's an intriguing little competition though at the moment. Arm is out this time for the Cockatoos, but again there's a nice chip and that's a wonderful little handoff.
Open it.
Oh, right on the borderline of height. Nash. Offload, Fangupa. Fangupa will send it inside to McGuinness. McInnes will restart. Hobbs.
Big contact again in the centre there. Well
Comes back
presented.
again. Fangupa looks this side, finds French. Not much there for French. At the back to Damon, and there was a huge amount knock on, and it seems to have gone onto his leg, and I think they're going to come back.
Called it back.
Well, he's grounded it. He's going to ask whether there was any knock on. So the knock on was definitely from Damon. The knock on from Damon was definitely there. Where did it come off the Griffins player?
Talking about coming off his leg, referee's pointing to his leg.
I think it did come off his leg, and if it came off his leg, it's all good. Try given.
Really not what the Cockatoos wanted at this stage of the first half. 25-12 now, probably less than a minute.
It's a little bit of a heartbreaker for Damon, and that the ball that came out the back, and he had a defender in his face almost straight away. He's on side as well. Just watching my replay, he's on side. It's hard to tell at that. It's hard to tell whether it comes off his. I mean, he looks to go with it for his hand. With his hand.
Yeah, we are in the red zone now, 40 minutes up on the clock. Conversion to be taken. He's hit the post twice now, so he'll be aiming for the centre this time.
So 27 points to 12 as they go into the half. Well, potentially 27 points to 12 as they go into the half. Cockatoos will feel a little bit hard done by on that. It doesn't feel like, I mean, like we've said, but they've been close, but there have been moments, and the moments have all been taken by this Griffins side, who have looked very, very impressive. We'll take a short break. We'll be back with you for half number 2. The Griffins went inside and they're back out and ready to go. The Cockatoos, old school, underneath the posts in the huddle. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The Griffins went in. And the Cockatoos decided to go old school and went underneath the posts and went into a huddle and stayed outside.
So it doesn't appear to be many changes, Dave, in the Cockatoo side. It seems very much the side.
Not so much, and again, I think as we're in for the big biscuits now, I don't think there would be too many changes. I think we're more likely to see a more straightforward game of rugby.
So 27-12 as the second half kicks off. A long way back for the Cockatoos, but they've shown they can do it, having gone 2 tries down in the first half and clawed themselves back to within 3 points.
I mean, it's a big ask to drag yourself up off the canvas again. Fangupo out the back to Damon. Damon will fire it downfield. Chance for the Griffins to counter-attack again. As you can hear from the crowd, it's a fairly big contact. As a Crow came on, and again they're away in good hands. Managed to get it back in field, but did go forward, and oh my lord. Welcome to the big show.
Big smiles though afterwards, so yeah, no doubt they'll be drinking a beer together afterwards.
Obviously responsibly.
Always.
So Griffin's ball about 8 metres out. They're looking to set up some. No, not Griffin's ball. Cockatoo's ball.
Crow is just having some running repairs. The fullback who no backward step on his counter attack. Good strong scrum from the Griffins. I think it just popped up, so I think we're just going to reset that one.
Interesting what you said earlier, Dave, about the sock patterns. You know, looking at the 11 down in front of us now, they almost look like mouth guards.
It do. I think it's an indigenous design. Looking at the dot paintings on it, I'm sure there is some relevance. I don't quite know what it is.
No, it's interesting. As you know, some of the players do put the mouth guards down the socks when they're taking a kick, or.
But a big fan of the socks. Big fan of the socks. Strong again from the Griffins. Flat ball. Trying to find a way through midfield, and Griffins were strong. This time they do go back to Damon. Damon will clear.
Oh no, there goes the beer.
Old head on young shoulders. Griffins line up. Again, they will go to the back, and they just miss it. Fangupo can go. Just to my right, it would appear that there's a member of the Griffins coaching crew, so we do get some insights. Damon missed out into midfield. Great pickup. Damon again. McInnes. Has it stolen from him. B will work down towards the 22. We're away again. Now in the inside. Evenden puts the ball on the boot, and it will just go out into touch. And the Griffins can put some pressure on the Cockatoos lineup. Has to be your banker ball at this point. About 6 metres out. Yeah, penalty, dragged him down at the top. And this is
Opportunity to relieve the pressure.
It's those moments, isn't it, where you say, okay, you've got a line out, you're 6 metres out, let's put some pressure on them. Damon decides to go. Nash trying to find and get himself a 2-on-1, gives his winger at least a chance 1-on-1. Strong again, that wonderful battle between Atunasi and Lualua continues, and Douch was nearly there, and Damon has found a lot of space. Now he's got his 2-on-1. How's the timing? There was a suggestion it was forward. Is he going to get to the corner? Yes, he is going to get to the corner, and Atunasi will score.
Yeah, no call from the touchline. Call from the crowd, but the on-field decision is a try.
Great try, and as we will all say, as long as it comes out of the hands backwards, that's all we're after. And I think it's right on the point that we're about to see a mass change for the Cockatoos.
Yeah, I think we've got 4 players come on for the Cockatoos, so good time to inject some fresh legs and score at the same time. So kick to come, 27-17. Cockatoos looking to fight to get back into this game.
Nash is coming off as well. It's been relatively impressive, Mr. Nash. So Damon will look to add the extras on.
The wind seems to have dropped a bit now, Dave, compared to what
I think it goes away at this point. It kind of stagnates.
Yeah.
And then eventually it'll start to come in off the seat. Just couldn't quite get it away, but Damon was instrumental in the start of that try. Just opened up, and it comes from him being a distributor more than a runner initially.
But it was a great
defences start to stand off him. Van Gupo sits underneath it, happy to clear away, and I tell you what, it's not going to make it.
That's gone.
It doesn't make it.
Oh, great play.
Excellent work in the short area. Oh, and he's beat a couple more, and the last one as well, into the 22. Wow. Finally, they managed to get back and make a tackle. Dausch into midfield, and line speed again from the Cockatoos is good. Near side, out the back, we'll find Quinlan. Quinlan just happy to recycle and reset, and they were looking for the offload, and arm comes out. Zane Hogan now wearing the number 17 shirt, works into midfield. Oh, it's not a bad option, but they're going to come back for the penalty. They knew they had the penalty. Expect to see hands in the ruck side.
So that was a great return from the 11 there. He managed to take the ball, the high ball, stepped through, and then stepped in a few. Set up a good passage of play.
Glorious work in a really limited amount of space from Tovo. And I think we're going to go for goal again. They thought about it? No? Yes?
Yes. No.
Yep, we are going for goal.
So mixed fortunes in the first half for the kicker. So we're looking to try and put another 3 points on the board here.
So Evan, I'm not sure, was he kicking in the first half, or would they change the kicker?
I'm not sure now. You say that?
But another left-footed kicker. Over 50% of the kickers today have been left-footed. And another one that just doesn't quite move around, so move out for a 22-metre dropout. So now we have 4th and 5th officials acting as ball boys as well. It's been a come one, come all. Long driven 22. He has put his hand up for some work since he came on. Hogan Crow this time does try and find a way through. Quinlan went to pick it up, couldn't take it.
Cockatoos breaking the line, just edging towards the Griffins half.
Oh, nice little offload, but just couldn't quite get there. But another penalty, they're coming back for another one. 10 points the difference, plenty of time in this one. Adam Dankert has been introduced, he replaced Nash. Good little nudge from Dankert. "22 metres out. Gone to 2, they've gone early, Fangupo. Dankert was ready. And a big shift in the backsline. Dankert has gone into first 5-8. Damon has gone out onto the wing. And the call of ball and all, they were going to try and hold him up. Fangupo will look short. Found Ryan. Fangupo again. Into midfield. Little
Right
drop off on the inside.
Perth with New South Wales with numbers here.
Solid defensive line again from the Griffins. Fangupo went for the intercept and made it very, very easy for Ryan. Will reduce the gap to 5.
And having some time to bring it a little bit closer to the post to make the kick a little bit easier as well. So, as Dave says, reducing the gap to 5, hoping to reduce it to 3.
And so Dankert has taken over all of the kicking duties.
So what would have been the message at half-time, Danielle, from the coaches of the Cockatoos to the players?
I think maybe just trust a bit more in the process. You know, like don't shovel shit, so to speak, I guess. You know, if in contact, go down.
It's YouTube, so all you've done is demonetize the channel. That's all that you've done.
Worries, mate. So,
There'll be no ad revenue for this video now.
But I think it would have been just trust in the process a bit more, be a bit more calm. You know, just do those little things right, and it will come. But I think the boys, with those fresh legs now too, I think, I'll find a bit more momentum.
Absolutely.
So they have reduced the gap to 3. There is that penalty that just separates the sides at the moment. There's plenty of time. Plenty of time. Another change for the Griffins. Rutch would take and go, and then Michael is the second to put his hand up for the punishment. Happy to go into midfield. Chapman, the next in line. Then out to Dankert. Dankert will look to drive it in the gap. He gets there. The bounce works for ACT. Trying to find a way through. Isolated. Hands are on. And there it is.
Matty Martin, the youngest player in the team.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Good on him.
Yeah, he's not
Doing really well there.
Yeah, he's got a future, that boy. He's been looking after the Cockatoo for the last week. I've never seen
He's had to carry it, hasn't he?
a young fella carry around a soft toy for that long. Tell you what, us girls stole it a couple of times and he wasn't happy.
Big fine for him for losing it.
Oh yeah, big fine.
It was very impressive work at the breakdown from him. He secured the ball and turned back the pressure that was coming their way. So Cockatoos on the 22 now. Great line out take. Looking to pressure that line.
Has been stalled by the by the Griffins.
There it is.
Dankert with the run around. Again, another good line in midfield from the Cockatoos. Again, you just see that isolation just slows everything down.
Dave.
He has been an absolute wrecking ball since he's come on. David Puchet. Been a couple of times I've seen him come up from the back of a ruck with more than a few words for his opposite number.
Yeah, he plays with his heart on his sleeve, Dave. Yeah.
See that.
Yeah.
Fangupo will try and find a way through. Can't find a way through.
Cockatoos just resetting.
Puchet with ball in hand this time. Very popular member of the squad, listening to cries of support. Dankert trying to find a way through. Again, no way through. This is definitely a storm for the Griffins to weather at the moment. Good short ball again, and the offload nearly came good.
Down.
He's on. There it is.
Not 10.
Tori's got it.
They're very, very close to the line, and
He
they're
has
over.
it. Wow.
And they do get another one. And they will hit the front for the first time today. Did say that the Griffins had to weather the storm, and they didn't.
So I think the injection of the fresh legs has really made a difference to Cockatoos in this second half. Some real strength at the breakdown, some intensity in the tackle as well, and obviously two unanswered tries now. That puts the Cockatoos back in front, or in front, should I say?
I think this is the first time they've been in front today.
Right,
Yeah.
it's the first time. Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to hit the front, now's a good time to do it.
Eighteen minutes gone, 29-27, kick to come.
Beautiful.
Flags go up, and Dankert will add the extras. And all the momentum swings the way of the Cockatoos now. Now the big question is can the Griffins work hard and wrest control of this one back? First step would be a good contestable restart. Decided to go deep, and Fangupo will find themselves in a decent position.
Oh, nearly him again,
Same
that
guy.
old fella.
He's only just refilled his beer from the first one.
Yeah. This time it was the chips.
That's right.
Now it's the Cockatoos' turn to look as they look keen at the moment. Another scrappy set piece, but it works. Short ball to Quinlan. Quinlan trying to find a way through. Dragged down eventually. Dalton. Met strongly. Starting to build the phase play, the Griffins, then locked out the back, it wasn't there. Decided to go and die with it. Well, not much room out there again, and he's managed to make something out of nothing.
Griffins building nicely here. That's missed.
No arm out at the moment, and then again, good defensive speed, puts pressure on the pass. Tiamalu was not allowed to go anywhere, and defensively the Cockatoos have grown into this game as well. Those little missed tackles that we saw in the early stages of this game seem to have been wiped out. Changes again for the Griffins. Bundy is returning to the game.
Griffin scrum just outside the 22. Opportunity to put some more pressure on the Cockatoos and try and get back in the lead.
So Douch to put the ball in. Halfback combination staying. I mean, I think going to be reaching the point shortly. We will see the halfbacks change if they're going to.
So scrum collapse there, reset.
We'll just reset the scrum and the Griffins will go again. 4 points the difference. Still about 18 minutes to go in this one.
What do you think about the mullet on the number 9 boys? What's your comments there?
I mean, as much as I dislike it, I wish I could grow one. So hand on the far side, picked up by the assistant referee on the far side. So hands in the scrum. Dankert will kick down the line. I feel as well, Danielle, that it's a more popular haircut on the Griffin side than it is on the Cockatoo side, the mullet.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I've never seen so many grown men play with their hair before this week. I've seen they're all sitting in the lobby doing their hair this morning, and playing with the afros, and the boys got their hair braided. And
that's a wonderful kick. I'm not entirely sure where he's kicked it from. If he's inside his own half, and I think it is going to be a Griffins throw-in, that is.
Indeed.
We were distracted by all the haircut talk.
Sorry, boys.
But that's about as perfect as you can get from a 50-20. I think we've seen one of the longest 50-20s that we've ever seen, 50-22. But that's an absolutely wonderful one.
So I'm guessing this hair care talk isn't just with the back line. You've got forwards doing it as well now?
Mate, I think it's more the forwards than it is the back line.
No, shame.
I love it. I love it.
That's a great line out take there. And drive.
Wow.
There you go. So get back into it. All made from the superb kick into the corner.
Well, that's how it's meant to work. So they'll go up front again. It has been an interesting second half, and again, it's this. You're climbing the mountain, Danielle, and then you've done everything you can. You've finally hit the front.
Yep.
One try and you're back down the bottom of it.
Yeah. It's funny you say that because the theme for the boys, in their preparation is about climbing Mount Everest and getting to those certain points and then, trying to get to the next stage. And, they had a talk about that yesterday when we did our jersey presentation. And this for them was the mountain, this is the peak, and they were just hoping to, stick that flagpole on the top of it and claim it. So
I mean,
interesting.
There's still plenty of time. There is still plenty of time,
absolutely.
But the amount of effort it's taken them to get their noses in front, and then a 50-22, and an easy try off the back of a line out, and you find yourself down again.
Yeah, and that scoreboard pressure, late in the game, just adds, to that momentum that the Griffins are going to have now.
The flags go up, so that scoreboard pressure increases a little bit more.
And we're back to that penalty.
Back to that
again.
penalty goal being the difference. And I tell you, if that's the winning score, I will forever use this as an example of why you need to take your penalty kicks at goal. Dankert goes long. Speaking of people who've made an impact, Hogan since he's come on. Long kick, and
well taken by Damon.
Damon sits underneath it.
Let's put that up.
It's got right two on it.
Very high in midfield.
Oh, there it is.
It's gone backwards.
Queensland country again will try and find a way through.
Court now.
Martin will carry on. Damon goes into halfback. Sends it into midfield and finds Chapman. Chapman puts the head down, the bum up, and tries to work towards 22. Fangupo now finds Michael. Fangupo again. Damon sits back in that first receiver. A slight little knockdown. All gone backwards, so the Griffins will have control of the ball again. Come back for a penalty. Offside.
So what would you do now, Dave?
Kick it.
Kick it.
I would kick it too.
Kick it.
Yeah.
I mean, not even a question.
Kick it.
See, if I was the coach at this point, I'd have my tea runner halfway there already.
Yeah. Good choice. Absolutely.
Cockatoos take the option to kick to tie the score. 27 minutes gone.
Setting us up for a grandstand finish, not just to today, but for the whole tournament.
Has there been any field goals kicked?
This will be the second.
Okay. Yep.
Oh, as in drop goals?
Oh, no, drop goals.
No.
Sorry, my apologies.
No.
Yep.
And I tell you what, the Cockatoos on their bench have got a drop goal specialist.
Yeah.
Troy Doughty can do them from everywhere.
Yeah.
I've seen him do it from halfback, from the back of a ruck. It's ridiculous.
Oh, he shanked it.
Hey, I tell you what, I think he was doing everything he could.
I'm not sure what happened there.
There he goes, look. You can just see Dankert. So Rocco, for some reason, has decided to chase the kick. And he's run into Dankert's vision.
Yeah, I get that.
As he's coming.
Side vision.
I'm sure there was nothing. It's just, that is a little bit of a brain fade from Rocco.
Yeah.
Dankert let him know as well.
Same thing.
High hanging kick again.
Good competition.
Great competition.
Oh, well played by Maddie, did you say?
Yeah, Maddie Martin.
Maddie
Martin.
over the ball.
Yeah.
Good pressure.
He's quick, this bloke. Oh, don't even
Oh, both of them got him high. Way again and again, just trying to turn that back three around and know what we can do with what Damon can do.
There he goes.
Into midfield. Fangupo, Dankert fires it downfield. It's going to sit up though.
Given the Griffins space to bring this back and
just turning it into a little bit of ping pong.
that could
I
go
tell you what, that
away.
could skip away.
No.
Oh, it's done all right. It's just held up. Van Gupo now will try and run it from within their own in goal.
That's
Well, he beats a couple. And we'll find Dankert. Dankert sends it on one more. We'll find Putchett.
He's having a great game, Matty Martin. Eh?
Martin again, who came on at half time, I think. Ticking around to the final 10 minutes of this one. Van Gupo again. Worth remembering that this entire phase started from well within their in goal.
It's going up.
Damon again hoists it high into.
No chase.
Yeah, there was no pressure on him this time, and Crow now. And now he will turn Damon around. How's the bounce? It's another one that might skip away, and this one does skip away. And this one goes all the way back. It's going to be a scrum. New South Wales Cockatoos. Now, who's got where it was? It was around here.
Just outside the 22 from memory.
A long, long way back.
Jake Hubbard comes on. Jake and I are having a race after this game. He's the fastest bloke in the Cockatoos, and I'm the fastest girl in the Corellas.
Really?
Yeah.
So what's the odds then?
Oh, mate, look, I need a head start. He's bloody quick. Yeah, but it's just a good banter between us. Yeah.
That's excellent.
Yeah. He's a character, Jake.
And he adorns the mullet cut as well. So.
Oh, mate, look, he's the leader, I think. Yeah.
Big shove from the Griffins. Excellent work as well. McGrath managing to work, and that's a penalty. I don't think it's for the initial one. He just didn't give it up. He's a pest in the best possible way. Putchett, love it. You want one. Every rugby team needs one.
Absolutely. He's got some good mongrel about him.
Great
Griffins
distance, great nudge
just outside the
from
22
Avondon.
now.
We're happy to just wander up to this one. Maybe a lesson that the Wallabies should have learned. Kick the ball into touch and then do your time wasting.
Yeah.
They are taking their sweet time to get to that one. Good line out eventually, and ball at the back. Happy to just keep it in, you would think. Long ball on the outside. Crow trying to find a way through. Ducks into the tackle. Has the support there. Oh, he's off the boundary fence and does find a way through. B came from a different postcode. Dealt with eventually. Quick hands would be good. Defensively, he had to be very, very quick and very, very good. They just can't find a way through. Lua. Dragged down eventually. Arm comes out for another penalty. Death by boredom, I think the Griffins will be happy with. So, I know what I would be doing.
Absolutely.
Where's the tee? And take your time. So you're 60 seconds from the moment that the tee gets there. Oh, but they're going to just...
Wow.
Yeah,
Backing themselves.
Yeah, interesting, you know. The 3 points would have put them a try needed to score.
converted try in front.
Absolutely. And now still a possibility of a penalty from the Cockatoos to tie it. But at the moment, the Cockatoos are on their own try line, so a long way to get up the field.
I have to say, wasting 6 minutes is going to be impressive. No, there is no time on in. There's no time on in this game, but
exactly
I
the same
think we're going to see.
position.
I think we're going to see little bits of cramp and shoelaces causing problems and slow to line outs and things like that. Now I think reset scrums. They are knocking on the door again. You have to say that. Well, it might not be the final nail in a coffin. It would certainly make it more difficult for the Cockatoos if they could cross the line on this one. Wide, looping pass. Gave them a lot of work to do. And isolated him. Get away with it. And a little bit of crossing.
Referees let it go, though.
Away with another one. Bundy will straighten, and then a huge hit. Was that Fangupa? Strongest halfback in the rugby world. Chopped down inside the 22 again, and a penalty. Still plenty of time in this one.
So into the last 5 minutes, Griffins still lead by 3 points. Good touch finder.
It's another couple of players down on one knee from the Griffins.
So are we going to see Troy into the game at some point?
It doesn't.
Okay, there's two there to come on. I don't know whether one of them is Troy, but... So the Cockatoos really do need an excellent set piece here. Ball retained.
Well, we are reaching.
Play.
So there's been another change. That's Hobbs coming back on. I think that's sorry, other way around. It's Mooney coming back on for the Griffins. Douch was down again, the halfback.
Good line out.
Angupo.
Quick fast ball. Gone high again. We've got runners.
Well, he's got the right side of that.
Well
Crow does
saved.
really well. So there would have been some big footsteps coming to him. So that's a nice little kick on the way through. Dunkett, he's going to look to go early. Does go early. Oh,
Nice
what feet from the
stab.
big fella. Big number 8, Michael. And it will come into touch. Again, look, the Griffins now will go into a little huddle to try and work out what they're doing with their lineup. Take their time. Three points the difference. Around 2.5 minutes to go, and a stolen. Putchett. Fangupa will step in.
Just working
Finds
their way
Ryan.
through the pods.
Dunkett again. Flat ball out into midfield. First one is
Great
beaten. Offload
offloading
is
tackle.
good. Damon is there. Ball recycles well. McGrath. Happy to go back to safety. Penalty. Huge breakdown turnover from the Griffins. I could be wrong, but this could be their inaugural tournament ever, the Griffins.
Okay.
It's been we've had ACT. I've never known them to be linked with the New South Wales. This could be, and if you come down and in your first tournament you win it, it's a hell of a marker to set down for next year.
Yeah, absolutely.
They have just painted a massive bullseye on their back. Less than a minute and a half, and as we've said, there is no time on. Again, they're not going to rush up to this line out.
So Cockatoos really need to compete this one to try and get the ball back. Time is running out for them. But no, great
This time the Griffins have managed to bring it in. They are going to go quick though into midfield. Quinlan with the short ball.
Ooh.
Found Taya. Big dummy thrown. Counter rock was good. Bundy just happy to keep hold of it. It's all about possession now. Crow needs to find a yellow and black shirt. Doesn't, and that's the result. Penalty. Bounce is down again. They're not waiting. Fangupo sends it out into midfield. Michael.
Not sure we'll be having that race this afternoon. He's down.
Done his knee by the looks of it.
Lots of sideways movement. Couldn't quite get going forward. Atu Nasa. No, I think you're safe on the race. No, I'd be asking for the race. I think you've got a chance.
Yeah.
Damon away, inside ball.
Here we go.
Offload in desperation more than anything else. We are in red time. Next outage will end it.
What do we do?
Keep the ball in hand.
Can he get it away? Does get it away. Very, very isolated.
Well
Support
done,
gets there just in time.
Focus on
Huge contact.
Still hitting hard.
Fangupo will get to go again.
Keep going, boys.
just got to keep ball.
Gets the offload away. They're free. They've got the 2-on-1. Doesn't want him. Martin looked for him and then decided to keep hold of it. Now they're inside. Damon goes to ground.
Oh, I think they've lost it.
Arm comes out. There'll be a penalty.
Oh dear.
And there is a penalty in a very, very kickable position.
Oh, boys. Oh dear. Decisions.
Question. The water, there is a runner with the tee. Like I said, just get on there. Get halfway to him.
Go, son. Don't worry about the drink bottle, brother.
So, hopefully the break is enough time for me to visit the facilities.
Yeah, so this kick to take it to extra time.
Basically, this is it. Someone get hold of Rocco.
Yeah.
Where is he?
Wow.
This will be the biggest kick
I wouldn't like
of
to be taking
Dankett's
this.
life.
No.
He needs fire in his belly and ice in his veins right now. It's on the way. It doesn't look good off the boot. It stays down.
Wow.
Oh, the poor bloke.
And the Griffins
The poor bloke.
will win the Australian Rugby Shield 2022. And what a cruel way for New South Wales
Get him up.
to miss out. But there are players
Congratulations to the
from both the
ACT
Cockatoos and the Griffins who have gone around Dankett.
Who held out there for a 34-31
It is
victory.
a massive moment in that young man's life. But the Griffins, hats off to them.
An amazing game, Dave. Absolutely amazing game to finish the tournament.
Hats off to New South Wales country as well, because I tell you, to pick yourself up off the mat the number of times they did, and to hit the front finally, and then try their best to stay in it, and literally have come away less than a metre away from taking it into extra time. And this Griffin side looks like it's going to be a problem for a couple of years.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And we talk about rivalries building. I mean, Dankett will want... Right now, he's looking forward to next year.
Oh, yeah, he's already thinking.
But well done to Brighton Rugby Club for hosting the final today. It's been a very nice weather day. There's been some very good rugby played, and a huge thank you to all the travelling teams from interstate, and also a big thank you to you, Danielle, for joining us in commentary and giving us a bit of insight as to how things have progressed through the comp. And Danielle's heading back to Adelaide next Saturday for the Eon 7 series, is it?
That's the one, Aeon 7s.
Aeon 7,
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
So competing for Newcastle, their first game against the Romers. So...
Ladies and gentlemen, from the beautiful Brighton Oval, I've been Dave Webb, was joined today for most of the day by Chris Killick.
Indeed, I have.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, 4 games of rugby, done, dusted, put them in the books. We'll see you again next year.
Made from the